And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
Well, like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy here.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Richter, Arnold, okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes.
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile going on some shoes. But you know,
Wait, hold up.
you got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this with
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try
you
this
gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny
All
and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, my Lord. It is Friday. It is Friday, y'all. I'm very, very happy about it. Man, is it Friday. Friday. I don't know about y'all, but I am definitely happy about this day. It's time to be able to get a chance to relax, enjoy the weekend a little bit, and I'm super hype about it. I ain't gonna lie, I am super hype about it. Good morning to everybody who's on, you know what I mean, coming in and doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? Just so you know, Mia, my name, Mia on Facebook keeps calling me Mario Pascal. My name is not Mario. I don't have a Mario in my name. That is not what my mother named me when I came out the womb. My name is just Pascal, just so you know. Mario Pascal is another Haitian that does not do a show. Very talented dude. You know, he's a fellow Haitian and all that, but just so you know, directly, I'm reading your comments, and I'm not Mario Pascal. So you may be looking for the wrong person, or you may be putting the name to the wrong face, but Mario Pascal has dreads, plays the guitar, and sings beautifully. You should go check him out. Very, very talented dude. But anyway, and also from St. Louis as well. Shout out to St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on in St. Louis right now. As we saw in last night's show with the lawyer who's defending the QAnon shaman, which is also a very interesting thing. And Zozo Bob, yeah, absolutely. Every time you hear me say good morning, it's like I'm saying the Vietnam thing. Yep. Good morning, Vietnam. I guess that's what it was. That's where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's where it's from. At least that's what I feel. Maybe that's what, yeah. I guess so. I guess that's where it's from. You know what I mean? But anyway, oh yeah, we quickly disowned that lawyer. And I understand that lawyer. And I understand that lawyer needs to secure them bags. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody needs to defend him. Somebody needs to defend the QAnon shaman. I just feel like I don't know how that lawyer sleeps at night. Real talk, like or is able to get up every morning and look at himself in the mirror. But that's just my personal opinion about all that. Before we go into all the things that are going on in the two main topics that are going on in my underneath on the titles here. Don't forget to hit the like buttons. Get those likes all the way up to my YouTube fam, the Facebook fam, the Twitch fam, and the Periscope fam. Please go hit that like button, give me a bunch of hearts, follow the Facebook page, etc. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can and all that. That would be really, really great. There is something that I wanted us to check out because I had a feeling that we were going to go down this route, and it looks like we really are. Check this out. Anyone flying into China can now be forced to have an anal COVID-19 swab. So this is very much a true story. I was seeing this getting shared on Twitter quite a bit today, and it looks like, well, now I know why I'm not flying to China anytime soon. So here it is. Any traveler who flies into China can now be forced to undergo an anal swab to screen for COVID-19, according to new reports. China has made anal swab tests for the for the C-19 mandatory for almost all international arrivals, deepening. You see what they said? Deepening a row with other countries over a practice many have described as humiliating. And I could not agree more. The move has prompted protest from foreign governments. Yeah, like we don't need to go up the butthole. Why do we need to go up the bumhole to find out, like, isn't enough? This is already painful enough. This isn't enough? Going up the nozzle, going up the nose and the nasal passages. That ain't enough? We got to go up the bumhole? The butthole? Why? It's not, this is like, as much as I want to be like, ho ho ha ha, and wink wink nudge nudge. This is messed up. This is really, really messed up. Let's continue. The Japanese government has already raised concern about its citizens being subjected to the undignified procedure, while American diplomats have also complained. The British paper wrote. Katsunobu Kato, Japan's chief cabinet secretary, said it would ask China to alter its testing regimen after some Japanese travelers reported suffering psychological pain from the evasive procedure. I mean, imagine this. You're flying into China, and let's be real. You probably don't even know that this is about to happen. Okay, so you're flying all happy, ready to go into China to do whatever you need to do your business, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden, you walk off the plane, and they're like, yeah, please come here. Please, everybody follow us over here. There's a line, and you go walk into this room. You're in a room that's just cut off with all these partitions or curtains and all that. And all of a sudden, they're sitting there going, okay, please drop your trousers and bend over. Excuse me, what? You want me to do what? No. You're going up here. No, we're going up the bow. Why? Why is this suddenly mandatory? I feel like they're trying to either embarrass everybody, or they just don't want people coming into their country no more. Clearly. Let's see this. Germany has also expressed displeasure about the tests, saying that some of its citizens had faced tightened procedures. Tightened procedures. Deepened. It's deepened. We have repeatedly raised the issue vis-a-vis the Chinese government, especially with regard to the medical tests and examinations that are taking place against the will of the persons concerned. And this is from a German diplomat. Like, who wants to fly into China and get a cotton swab or two? Because you never know. They might go, well, we need to make sure we get enough. We need to make sure we get enough. Or, no, we didn't get in there deep enough. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, all jokes aside, this is jacked up. This is really this is wrong, y'all. You're flying in partitions. They're telling you to drop trowel, bend over, and get ready for your test. And obviously, in the very beginning, they're not telling you about this at first. So now they're telling you now. But I can only imagine how many people that have actually flown into China only to find out that they have to go and just, you know what I'm saying? That's messed up, y'all. Now, back to this. Chinese Disease Control Center says the test is performed well with sterile swab that is inserted up to 2 inches into the anus before being gently rotated out. So it's up and rotated out. Right? It's inserted 2 inches. How do they know it's 2 inches? That's 2 inches, though. I'm sorry. That's 2 inches and then rolled out gently, apparently. So, somebody was defending the anal swabs as science-based and says the tests are in accordance with the changes in epidemic situation as well as relevant laws and regulations. I don't know what you're talking about here. Relevant laws and regulations. That doesn't make no sense. Okay, so moving on. They said that traces of the coronavirus are detectable longer in the anus or in feces than samples taken from the throat and nose. So you're telling me that you're taking this. You're telling me that you're taking this test, right? And they're saying is detected that the virus is detected longer in up the butthole or in feces. Then why don't you just have me take a poop, take a dookie in a Ziploc bag and hand it over to your ass, like getting my dogs a stool sample to give it to the vet? Why do you have to, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure before everybody gets off the plane, they drink a whole bunch of milk, you know, have a couple scoops of chili, some really spicy chili, you know what I'm saying? And a glass of coffee, like a cup of coffee, and we good to go. Then, and also hand over a Ziploc bag, you know what I'm saying? And just say, hey, you know, everyone just go into this room and pop a squat. Make a deposit, the Ziploc bag, you know what I mean? And then hand it over. That's right, GA, Rose, absolutely. Mud butt. Why not? Because then it just comes out, and then it's soupy, and then all they have to do is be cooking in the kitchen. Put that on a Petri dish, test it. Oh, he's clean. Moving on. Clean. Moving on. He got the Rona. You know what I mean? Why do you have to go through all this ish, man? Why you got to go through all this ish, man? Why? Like I said, if it's stool samples over getting something up the butthole, 2 inches, then gently rolled out of the anus. Who's down for that? Are you guys down for that? Comment down below. You know, holla at your boy. Let me know what's good, because I don't know about you, but I'm not for this at all whatsoever. You can go right up my nose. That is painful enough. That is painful enough. You've been doing it through the nose for over a year, or for almost a year now. For almost a year. Right? Yeah, I think so. Why suddenly now they're going, oh, let's up the ante, y'all. We're going up the butt, y'all. Like what? Then literally just do stool samples and call it a day. If it lives in feces, as it says here, have them take a dookie in a Ziploc mother freaking bag and call it a day. Period. This is gross. We found that some asymptomatic patients tend to recover quickly. It's possible that there will be no trace of the virus in their throat after 3 to 5 days. But the virus, show this to you, but the virus lasts longer from the samples taken from the patient's digestive tract and excrement compared to those taken from the respiratory tract. So, like I keep saying, if we can, and then let's one last piece. It says if we conduct anal swabs for nucleic, I don't know. I'm totally destroying that acid testing. It would increase the detection rates of patients and lower the chance of a missed diagnosis. Great. Let them take a poop. Oh, you didn't see that. Oh, you can't see that. Let them take a poop. Let them poop in a bag. Poop in a bag. Do it. Just be fine. Do it. Just do that. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. It doesn't need to be such a heavy thing. It doesn't have to be so dramatic. If it means, and yes, it's embarrassing regardless that you're handing somebody over your excrement, that you're handing somebody a Ziploc bag filled with your own poop, like you are a dog, like you're getting Fido's stool sample. But hey, I'd rather do that than go into a partitioned room, drop trowel, and bend over 2 inches in, and then slowly rolled out of the butthole. I'm not cool with that. Don't care how much money you pay me. Don't even care if it's a free iPhone. You won't see me doing that. I will if I have to take a dump before and a dump after I get on that plane, then I will do it. I will fly with a carry-on bag filled with my own feces, in Ziploc bags, of course. If it means that I don't have to bend over in China or any other place that I end up flying to and taking 2 inches up the butthole. Just so y'all know. I ain't for it. I ain't for it. I don't think anybody's for it. Yeah, Solo Road, double deuce. You know what I'm saying? Mia says, my question is, what is the difference between the 3 types of COVID testings? Well, I don't know. The 3 different types of COVID testings, from my understanding so far, is one's through the nose, nasal passage, that really painful experience that you have to go through, shoving that thing up your nose. Then there's another one going up the anal passage, up the anus. And then I guess the third is the choice of giving them your feces. That's the only choice that we got. Those are the 3 that I know of, unless there's 3 that or unless there's 2 other ones aside from the nose that I'm missing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's that story. Just wanted to let you guys know about that one. That is that's gross. That's gross. Ah, that's gross, y'all. Yeah, we don't need any other testings, in my personal opinion. Like I said, it doesn't need to be that dramatic. Just if it means that, hey, your feces shows there are still traces lingering of the Rona in your feces, then do it. And that's it. Poop in a bag, hand it to them. You know what I mean? Solo Road, yes, you can. You can go to, you can send articles and videos into the Discord. Join my Discord. Discord has all that stuff there. So I do video. There's a main chat, a video. There's the video chats, there's the main chat. There's video suggestions. There's the Ask Pascal segment, etc. So go over there and do that. And send it over to the go and join the Discord, and then send whatever article or anything in the video suggestions chat room. Okay. We got to go into this next thing. Funny that you say this, because I just got this. Shout out to T. Just got this via Discord. And you remember how I just did a pop-up video about BLM and how Michael Brown Sr. and other members of different chapters of the Black Lives Matter movement are basically turning to BLM and saying, hey, we want, at least the St. Louis, the Ferguson chapter is basically saying, hey, we want at least $20 million. Because BLM has been putting out there that they've raised over $90 million in just fundraising. And that they have only used about 21.9 or $21.7 million of that towards foundations and funds and all that. But the funny thing is that BLM has not seen one red penny. Not one red penny. Sorry, other chapters of BLM have not seen one red penny, including Michael Brown Sr.'s chapter and other people that are in relation to the one that's in Ferguson right now. Now, the funny thing is that it seems like we're having there's the same story going on in the other side of the spectrum. So, Kenosha shooter Kyle Rittenhouse's supporters feud over fundraising cash. So, Free Kyle USA has fired Twitter's salvos at Rittenhouse's former lawyers okay. Moving on. Let's move on to the real stuff here. A new fundraising arm for accused Kenosha shooter Kyle Rittenhouse is raising questions about how his previous legal team spent hundreds of thousands in donations as it battles PayPal and other platforms that are shutting down its new accounts. Free Kyle USA has fired Twitter salvos at Rittenhouse's former lawyers, California litigator John Pierce and pro-Trump attorney Lynn Wood for weeks, demanding an accounting of funds from Wood's Fight Back Foundation. Pierce resigned from Fight Back in September amid scrutiny over his embattled law firm, which was millions in debt. Lynn himself is facing a lawsuit from former partners who accuse him of failing to pay them fees and of erratic, abusive, and unprofessional behavior. In response, Lynn released a statement calling the suit a shakedown effort that would force him to fork over an unreasonable portion of his earned fee. According to a representative of Free Kyle USA, Fight Back is no longer authorized to collect funds on Rittenhouse's behalf and has failed to prove a detailed accounting to Rittenhouse's family for the $2.1 million in donation it raised through the end of November. So, you have people who are sitting here going, hey, where's the rest of the monies? Where's the money at? If you're using that money, if you're taking that money out from this fundraiser, because of course, let's not forget, if you don't know who Kyle Rittenhouse is the guy, the kid who was who shot up a bunch of people. I'm going to say it loosely because I know a lot of people have certain feelings about if he was protecting himself or if he wasn't protecting himself and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to keep it fairly even. He had an AR-15. He shot up people. There was a tussle. He shot up some people. Now he was recently arrested, taken in for said act. long story short, there's a lot of different things that have unfolded since that particular thing. And now fundraisers are basically saying, hey, or supporters are basically going, hey, where's this money at? Where's this money at? What's going on? You got Lynn Wood, who's been a part of this whole thing. You have also John Pierce, and they're sitting there going, hey, people are wanting to know where this money is going, where the money is where these funds are at, and where this money is going. They have raised, literally, they've raised millions of dollars. Kyle Rittenhouse's fundraiser has raised millions and millions of dollars. And now they're going, hey, listen, where's the money? Hey, lawyers, hey, fight back, where's the money at? Where is it going? Because it says right here, Fight Back is no longer authorized to collect funds on Rittenhouse's behalf and has failed to provide a detailed accounting to Rittenhouse's family for the $2.1 million in donation it raised through the end of November. So they've raised well over $2.1 million, and they're going, hey, fight back. John Pierce and Lynn Wood. Where's the money? Where's all the money that you took? We raised all this money. We raised millions and millions of dollars, and you're telling me that we want to know exactly what this money's being spent on, because there's $2.1 million gone. And why is it gone? Seriously. What's crazy is, this is what it's saying. His previous legal team, which is John Pierce and Lynn Wood, okay? His former lawyers spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations. PayPal is even shutting them down. PayPal is even cutting them off and being like, whoa. Whoa. You're taking all this money. What the heck is going on? Real talk. This is all going down right now. It's funny because what's really, really interesting to me is that we have seen one side. You have BLM. You saw Nicole Arbor all up in the piece, sitting there talking a whole bunch of mess, going, ha, y'all been bamboozled. Y'all been led astray, run amok, looking like dumbasses. Congratulations, you played yourself type ish. And then we got this other side. I mean, literally, I just reported the story about not George Floyd. I'm sorry. I just reported the story about Michael Brown Sr. Literally just yesterday afternoon. And then I receive, shout out to my Discord family, join the Discord. Then I receive this article and I'm like, damn, ain't it funny? Ain't it so interesting? And how quickly this pendulum swangs. This pendulum is swinging back so hard. Look at this, y'all. So now they're going, now the foundation, the fundraiser, all the people, the supporters are sitting there going, where the money's at? We secured all them bags and we don't know where this money is? So you gave access to John Pierce and Lynn Wood. Where the monies? Where to be the monies? Gone. Guarantee you it was the most expensive street hot dog that they spent that money on. $2.1 million. Like, look, I'm telling you right there. Fight Back, which is the organization that Pierce was a part of. Okay. So for weeks, demanding an accounting of funds from Wood's Fight Back Foundation. Pierce had recently resigned from Fight Back amid scrutiny. Okay, and this is in September. September wasn't very long ago. Okay, over his embattled law firm. which was also in $1 million in debt. How fitting. How fitting. How interesting. Millions of dollars in debt. Lynn himself was facing a lawsuit from his former partners who accused him of failing to pay them fees and his erratic, abusive, and unprofessional behavior. And we all know Lynn Wood. Lynn Wood's a little weird, and that's an understatement like a mother lover, but that's the truth. He's a little weird. He a little weird. And yet, there you have it. They're going, hey, y'all, we raised all this mother lover money. Where the money at? What are you spending it on, man? What exactly are you spending it on? But then you look at it and you follow the situation of what's going on with John Pierce. You're looking at the same situation with Lynn Wood. No matter what side you stand on this situation, this be shady as hell. Homeboy straight up took this money. Homeboy straight up took this money and ran with it. And they're going, hey, nobody's going to notice. What's $1 million here, $1 million there? They are paying us for our services. And we need to get this, make sure that we stay afloat so we can keep going. Ba-boom. They take the monies. And now they're getting caught. Now they're getting caught. So jacked up, man. Welcome to our world. And it's funny because as much as we think, no matter what side you live on, no matter what side you're like on, what side you support, and etc. Money is always a funny thing. Especially when it comes to this kind of situation. There's a lot of people out here that could really use that money. Like, Kyle. Regardless, he is still human. His t-shirts and his merch aren't going to pay his bills or his family's bills. So he could really use that money. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It's such a weird thing. But like I said, it doesn't matter what side you're on. Money will always be a funny thing. How people treat money, it could be the most extreme, like white supremacist group that raised millions of dollars. There's always going to be somebody out there that's going to try to steal that money. Doesn't matter what you stand on. Money is money. It's insane. But I just think it's funny how interesting and how quickly the pendulum swings right back. 1 minute you're here, the next minute swings all the way back. And they're doing dirty as well, allegedly. Now they're going to have to come out with some sort of report to show what they've been doing with that money. Period. Most definitely. They have no choice but to do that. Oh, thanks, Solo. I appreciate it. I try to wear that blush. You know what I mean? I try to wear that blush as much as I can. You feel me? Oh, my God. But let me know what you think on that, man. What are your thoughts on this? And 5K to King, absolutely. It shows you how twisted the world really is. 2 inches and twist it ever so gently out the butthole. I think that's really interesting. We're all getting bent over. Even Kyle Rittenhouse, even BLM right now. You know what I mean? We're all just getting effed in the A. if you really think about it. It's kind of sad. It is kind of sad. So true in so many ways. Okay, I got this next story. We got to check this out because I think it's funny. Remember, okay, so yesterday, last night, we tried to watch We got through a good portion of it. I'm going to be dropping a full pop-up video on my reaction to this particular video with the QAnon shaman that I just mentioned earlier today or earlier in this show. I will be putting that out here in a few hours after we wrap the show today. But the thing is that these rioters are just, the stories behind these rioters are just getting really, really annoying. They're getting old. I'm getting really tired of this ish. You know what I'm saying? Let's just check it out. Okay, so a rioter who broke into Nancy Pelosi's office is saying, "It is not fair. I'm still in jail." Yeah. You remember that dumbass? Yeah, that idiot. That absolute. Oh my God. I don't understand. Like, Let's read this article. I'm going to tell you my personal opinion here in a second. We already know what my opinion is going to be. Let's be real. We already know what I'm going to say. So let's just get into this. Man charged with illegally entering Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office and stealing items, including mail, during the January 6th assault on the Capitol disrupted a court hearing on Thursday while yelling that his lost his mind. While yelling that his continued detention was unfair. The New York Times reported that 60-year-old, this is a grown-ass man. This is a grown-ass man. Let me just say that one more time. Grown-ass man, okay? This ain't some dumb teenager. This is a 60-year-old man. Richard Barrett began yelling during a virtual hearing on his case that it was not fair that he remained in custody, while some others accused of participating in the riot have been released ahead of their trials. The Arkansas resident's attorneys have reportedly attempted to secure his bonded release with no success thus far. Okay. Let me just see. I want to start clapping at him like no. But let's continue here just a little bit. He says, "They're dragging this out," he yelled at one point, according to the Times. "They're letting everybody else out." His outburst appeared to come in response to the judge setting Barrett's trial date in May, a prospect which he exclaimed would force him to remain in jail another month. Okay. Let's hear this. In response, Judge Cooper called for a 5-minute recess while Barrett's attorneys calmed him down, according to the newspaper. It then resumed without incident. Now, there's obviously photos. They're saying here that there's photos of Barrett with his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk, just having a grand old time. And this has obviously resulted in him becoming one of the most widely recognizable participants in the riot, along with the self-proclaimed QAnon shaman. I feel like that should be a song by now. Okay? And another man who was seen grinning as he walked away with a stolen lectern. And we all know that one. That guy? Yeah. We all know that. That's an infamous photo. Okay? So, here it is, y'all. He's sitting there going, "Hey, I am being held here. I should be let go. Everybody else is being let go." Well, sorry, bruh. You got something that you did that was very, very bad and very, very illegal. Also, you are one of the most recognizable faces. You have become the icon, one of the icons of the actual riot. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to use you. They're going to set an example by using you. They're going to use you as an example. They're going to use you, the lectern guy, and the QAnon shaman. They're going to use all three of you guys and you guys are going to be put on the chopping block for everybody else who was a part of it. All the other insurrectionists, all the other rioters, etc., that are all sitting there seeing this ish. They're going to see this and go, oh boy, okay. They're annihilating these guys. Okay, I now know that I cannot do what I've been doing. Or I can't plan anything like on the 4th or anything because they might just lock me up for life. Look at my dude, Barnett. I said Barrett, didn't I? Barnett, you know? Look at Richard Barnett. Perfect example of a dude. Was a part of it. 60-year-old man. Grown ass man. And they're using him as an example. They're gonna put him on the chopping block. There will be a quartering. He will be chopped up for everyone else to see. QAnon shaman is the exact same thing, and the other dude that stole the lectern. Mr. Smiley. That's it. Of course. You've seen these other stories. You've heard these other stories where they have other rioters that have said, "Hey, I'm in, I need to go on this work retreat in freaking Cabo or someplace, someplace, Cancun, Cabo, whatever." And they before their court date, and they are granted access to do that, to leave the freaking country before their court date. But mind you, these are other people that didn't do as bad. I mean, to a certain extent, we don't know the levels of bad that they did, but they weren't people that were kicking up their feet and stealing material and stealing mail, and they weren't those iconic people. So they're just kind of like, all right, go ahead. But you got Barnett, you got QAnon shaman, and Mr. Smiley. All of them that were all there, that keep being shown in every single video that covers this thing. And they're all sitting there going, no, man, we're going to set an example out of your ass. Straight up. I ain't got time for this. Ain't no way, shape, or form am I going to let this happen. Letting you go. Shoot, QAnon Shaman's getting freaking organic food, y'all. QAnon Shaman is getting what he wants. He's still locked up. But he's getting his organic food. He's getting things that other inmates are probably not getting. He's still getting some sort of VIP treatment. But then you got this other mother lover, man, who's in the photos, kicking his feet up, having a grand old time. You don't think that they're going to run him through the dirt? In fact, every single person that was involved that was a part of that big name, or that big, the big thing that happened, and of course, that were a part of like iconic photos, okay, iconic moments throughout the entire thing. Aside from the woman that was shot and killed, aside from her, you don't think everybody else, because she's not here with us, RIP. But at the same time, she's not here. And if she was arrested and detained, man, they would be running her through the dirt too. Doesn't matter if she's a veteran. Doesn't matter if she has a history of saving, of sacrificing her life for this country. Doesn't matter. She would have been another person with her face all over the place, being an iconic face and representation of the six. So every single person that is a staple face for the insurrection on the 6th is going to be ran through legally, because they're going to use every single person as a full-on example. Period. We ain't got time for this now. Because we don't want the world, for example, to see how we're treating domestic terrorists. If we just let them go with a slap on their wrist, don't you think that that other countries are gonna think, oh well, shoot, we can do anything we want? Or how about domestic terrorism? Because now it seems like that's a new thing now. That seems like it's a real new thing now. So you don't think that there's other domestic terrorists out there just on their way to work, working their way up to do that one big act of violence, and they see how we treat those three iconic figures that represented the six, and if they just walk away with a slap on their wrist, that's just going to motivate and embolden more violence on our soil from our own people. Hell to the hell yeah. You better run these mother lovers to the ground. You better make them grovel, beg and plead for their freedom. Because they lost it right when they walked on those steps, right when they busted through those doors, right when that guy kicked up his feet and relaxed. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he did that, his freedom was gone. He signed that check. He signed that contract and said, yo, freedom, gone. Where do I initial? Okay, yeah. Here. Okay, I did that one. Oh, I didn't see the one in the paragraph. Okay, yeah. Initialed. Bye. Freedom, gone. Real talk. And I had the song wrong, but yeah. Because, of course, all he did was kick off his shoes and relax his feet. That's all he did. Just kick it. But he did that inside Nancy Pelosi's office. Stole her ish. Yeah. Done. His career, his life is over. Consider it done, son. Done. Okay? I'm going to throw up the phone number. It's about that time. I need to hear your thoughts on this story. Actually, any of the conversation that we've had so far, conversations open. It's time for speak on it. So give me a call. I'd love to hear your thoughts. 314-766-4581. Let me hear your thoughts on any of the topics that we've talked about today. Today's show is going to be a little bit shorter than usual, but it's been a long week. And I will be on tomorrow for a full-on Speak On It segment where we'll just chop it up. I'm going to take phone calls. We're going to talk about all the things that have happened over this week. I'm going to be answering questions throughout the from the Ask Pascal segment on my Discord. Please join my Discord if you haven't done that yet. Oh, also, for all y'all who are watching right now, hit that like button down below. Love to see the love go back up. You know what I mean? Get that love up.
Also, for all y'all who are watching right now, hit that like button.
Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from? Okay. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Bill. I'm calling from Philadelphia.
Bill from Philly. Billy from Philly. What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, Pascal. How are you?
Man, I'm good. What's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Kyle Rittenhouse needs to be locked up for those 2 murders and stay locked up. And that other guy that was in Nancy Pelosi's office, sorry. Black people have been going through the same thing for years.
Facts.
Hundreds of years. And now these white privileged people are starting to feel some of the venom and discourse that we have been having for 150 years after slavery. The heck with him. That's what I said. Throw away the key.
Throw away all them keys. Let's do that. Thank you, man.
That's right. Hey, is there anything on that woman, Jenna Ryan, who wanted early Trump to
you know what? That's a very good question. I need to look that up. if there's any developing stories about her. Hold up. Stay with me real quick. We're going to check it out right now. We got the Googles. So let's see if they got anything about her real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Fresco real estate. Hold up. Come on. Come on, internets. Well, it looks like she lost hella weight, apparently. Let's see. I regret everything. This is from February 12th of 2021. Let's see. For months. I bought into the lie. She's putting all blame on Trump, no matter what. She's putting all blame on Trump still to this day.
That's good.
Yeah, she's still initially, although she initially denied entering the Capitol. It had and Ryan had live streamed from Trek inside, or live streamed her trek inside. She narrated the action of her social media to her social media followers while squeezed among a throng of fellow Trump supporters. Yeah, so far there hasn't really been any new information.
Okay.
Yeah, so far nothing. I think what happened is reporters have been calling her to find out what's going on, and she just basically said like "F you, don't call me again," and like hung up on these reporters. So that's the little bit of information we have so far, Billy.
I hope they all get significant time and not a slap on the wrist.
Facts. I do think that they all should be punished for sure. You know, I think some, the severity of their punishment should measure the amount of severity that they did in the Capitol. You see what I'm saying? So like, if they just walked in and walked out, that's one thing. But if she, you know what I mean? If she walked in and walked out, for example, I think her punishment shouldn't be as bad as somebody who smashed windows open or went onto into the courtroom floor and into the House floor and did all that, was a part of all that craziness. I think certain people should be punished differently. I don't think they all should just get one broad stroke of like 10 years in jail. I think some people did some really, really bad things. And then there's other people that did very, very minute, small things. You see?
Do you follow Glenn Kirshner?
Glenn Kirshner? No.
Yeah. He's a 30-year federal prosecutor.
Okay.
And the way the feds handle cases are different. What they take and do, they bring you in on a minor charge, and then they start investigating you for any more charges, and they add that on later on. They don't do it right away. So it may seem like a slap on the wrist of the charges these people are getting, but the way the feds handle it, they give you the minor charge up front first. And then they bring in the rest of the stuff later on. So we really don't know until the investigations on these individuals are completed. Then we'll know what they have done in actuality. But right now, the feds give you a minor charge and start their investigations to handle more charges if it's warranted.
Aha. Okay. But that's only gonna happen in time, right? That progresses over time, right? So it's not instant that goes down, right?
They're gathering their video evidence and testimony from other people about you and, all that stuff.
Right. The stuff slowly but surely starts to collect. And of course, like...
Yeah, they
go ahead.
Walk down slow.
Say that again, Billy?
They walk you down slowly.
Right.
But it's much more thorough,
Right. Because even so, like what happened on the 6th, a lot of stuff happened on the 6th, like a lot. And there's so many different angles. Like there's so much, there's hours and hours, thousands of hours worth of video footage from that day alone that I'm sure that they're still trying to figure out and build up a proper case for every single person that was involved in it. Like QAnon Shaman, for example, let's just talk about that guy for a second. You got a guy who says he went in there peacefully. He didn't cause any ruckus, yet he was a part of the ruckus, So of course, We don't know that for sure because there's still a lot of video and content out there, footage out there that they're still piecing together. You never know. He could have gone over and smashed a window open. You know, you never know. So they're still doing everything they can to look those things up to make sure that he is telling the truth, that he just walked in and that's it. Now, it just sucks that he had to wear the most ostentatious, loudest outfit in the world and be one of the most photographed individuals at that particular event. And yeah, so of course he's going to get his ass beat with lawsuit, with charges. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
So I'm not surprised at all whatsoever, you know? But Billy, thank you so much for the call, man. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to hear a new voice.
You're welcome, Pascal. I follow your show every day.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
You too, brother. Take care.
All right.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Phone lines are still open, y'all. I saw a couple of you guys trying to call in. Be sure to call in if you get the chance. But yeah, I mean, and of course, you know what Bill from Philly said. Shout out to Billy. Thank you so much. And sorry for calling you Billy. I'm sure you hate that. But at the same time, you got people who are these guys that are still, you know, they're still building a case. You know, the prosecution is still building a case as time goes on because they're still trying to stitch everything together. They're still trying to get the timeline right. They're still trying to find the footage, different angles from cell phones, security cams, etc., live streams, shoot cnn, Fox News cam footage was there too. I mean, they got to put all those pieces together and then put it all together in a viable case to go against said rioters. You're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Word, I got through.
Yeah, word.
Oh, man, okay, yeah. I'm V. Alexander West, man. I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas.
V. Alexander, what's up, man? Muffins. The muffins, Pascal. The muffins.
Yes, man. QAnon Shaman saved the muffins.
He saved the muffins, bro. Hilarious. By the way, I will be putting that video out here later on because I'm watching the entire interview, the whole episode, and then, you know, doing a whole reaction to it. So I will be putting that out here soon. So just be on the lookout for that. We'll all have a good laugh with that one for sure. Bet
it up.
But what's on your mind, V?
Well, man, I found your channel when I was in Houston with my sister in January, man. I've been a fan ever since. I wanted to get that out there, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, thank you, man.
But
thank you.
You know, and I love your energy, and I love the fact that you're super positive about how you think this is going to turn out. But I'm sorry, I just can't share that sentiment because of the way that the world is and the way that we've just kind of always gotten the shaft, and certain people get away with certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So you know, as far as Kyle Rittenhouse goes, the fact that he raised as much money as he did, to me, is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know what that man went out there and did, and the fact that many people that are willing to chip in on that man's defense, knowing how dirty everything was around that situation, it's oh man, I mean, like I'm shaking when I think about it because that means half the country voted for the orange dude. You know what I'm saying? That means that
allegedly
half the country
more than
don't
half
care
allegedly
about
more than half
any of us.
Yeah, no, they don't. Well, that's the thing. What's frustrating to me is that people are putting away morals. They're throwing morals away for their own personal beliefs. Morality, the idea of morality goes flying out the window because then they all automatically go, well, it was self-defense, y'all. But, you know, if we're just talking about Kyle Rittenhouse by itself. Oh, it was self-defense. No, F that. He did what he did. It was his American right to do such and such. And it's like, wait a second. Those people were killed. You know, a person died. There were people that were shot. A person was maimed. That's a serious situation. You know, what about the morality of it all? But those things don't exist when it comes to American rights. At least that's what it seems like. Morals just go out the window.
Exactly. And then look at the affluenza team. This kid ran down 4 people. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, oh, well, he's so wealthy he doesn't understand consequence. So, let's not put him in jail. So they put him on paper. Then they busted him down in Mexico partying, threw him in jail for a little while. Then he got out.
Yep.
And that was like third-page news. That definitely wasn't on the front page.
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
True
and
that.
The way that they're able to do these gymnastics and rationalize the things that these people do, and then when you come to like a Breonna Taylor or a George Floyd, all you hear is things like, oh, well, he was high. He must have did something to deserve it, or he should have complied. I mean, Dave Chappelle said it the best. He said, you all have these differences, and you guys hate each other. I don't hate anybody, but I hate the situations that I'm put into that make me deal with this in this manner. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes absolute sense. What frustrates me too is, and this might not make sense for a lot of y'all, and maybe hopefully what I'm about to say does not fly over everybody's head, but never underestimate the self-justified, never underestimate self-justified denial. If you are justifying it within yourself, if you're trying to find any scapegoat or any type of reason behind something, just so you feel dignified and feel strong, feel justified in your thoughts, and you're completely throwing out morality, and you're throwing out really what would you do or what you really feel innately, then you are literally justifying it just for your own self, so that you can go to bed knowing that you just made something, maybe, that you are just going, hey, I'm just justifying it. It's totally fine. I can go to bed now. Because of no matter and what's frustrating to me as well is that people will sit there. People will sit there and see something, right? See, thank you for the call, V. I'm not hanging up on you. I'm just saying thank you for the call. This is a dope conversation. But when you got somebody who's sitting there, and also I wanted to say that so I can put my thoughts together, just to be completely real with you.
No, I feel you.
But when it comes to something like this, and you have your own personal, let's be real. You have your own personal opinions, right? You believe in, the right to bear arms, etc., freedom of speech, yada, yada, yada. Then you see something that happens with Kyle Rittenhouse, and you see an opportunity to jump on that polarizing conversation, but you are on the right side. Some people, and I say this all the time on the show, all the time, right? But what's frustrating to me is that people will sit there and completely throw out human morals, innate decency and morals, just so that they can keep strong in their, let's say, conservative thoughts. If the conservative thought is right to bear arms, such and such, blah, 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 he had the right to do what he did, and those damn Antifas and those damn BLMs, you know what I'm saying? They'll sit there and say whatever they can to justify Kyle Rittenhouse's actions instantly. So they'll justify it in their head. They're like, oh, wait, so if I carry the one such and such and divisible by 2, see, yep, nope, and it's still, I can't go against what Kyle Rittenhouse did because it goes against how I feel or how the conservative zeitgeist feels. And it's like, wait a second, why don't you be a free-thinking human being for yourself? You can't tell me that kid running around with a gun, regardless if he was Antifa, BLM, a rioter or whatever, you can't tell me that was right. You can't tell me that suddenly, it was self-defense. Are you kidding me? This is a kid with an AR-15, a kid. But you're going to say whatever you need to say so you can go to bed, so you can sleep at night. Because the right-wing world says this must be. This must be. Man. And it's like, no, man, think outside the box, yo. Think outside the box. What about human decency? What would Jesus do? You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that, man. D.L. Hughley said that the worst place to live is inside a white person's mind. You know what I'm saying? That's the scariest place for a black person to live is inside a white person's mind because in their mind they can come up with any kind of scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Well, not all white people. Not all white people.
That's the thing. And it's not. And that's the horrible thing about it. It's the images that they keep trying to force into our eyes. What they're trying to make us see, the narrative that they're trying to craft. Because see, I'm black, but I got a whole bunch of white people in my family, and a whole bunch of white people as outliers. Friends of friends, close friends, you know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact, ain't none of them like what I'm seeing on TV. Just like they know that none of us are like the images that have been portrayed, for decades. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's just kind of a weird line to have to toe because, I feel like I shouldn't have to apologize for my blackness or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I've never wanted any kind of retribution. I don't want white slaves or anything like that. All I want is just the acknowledgement that the playing field is not level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because see, if we're fighting from a level playing field, we excel. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So just acknowledge that the playing field is not level. Stop gaslighting us and trying to make us think we crazy, and please leave us alone. Because we don't want that. We don't want that smoke like that. It's not that kind of game. All we're trying to do is make it just like you all are. And you got a whole bunch of us over here that are of a whole bunch of different races, creeds, colors, background, gender, sexual orientation, and we over here and we trying to, do cool and great things, but we're being stymied by the other side, the conservative side, that wants to try to keep things. They want to try to keep the status quo. They're resisting change, and it's literally tearing our society apart at the seams. And that's not saying that the left isn't without its problems, because I tell you what, man, if I get any more cancel culture, I'm probably going to puke all my guts up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The crap with Dr. Seuss and Cara Dune. And,
bruh.
I mean, oh my goodness, dude, I'm probably going to be canceled for this conversation.
Exactly.
If I get famous in the future.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Where's the line?
But that's the thing. There is no line. There's a line. The line has been blown away when the culture was created. The line disappeared. You know what I mean?
I remember
the
a day
line
when you
disappeared,
could
bro.
just disagree and keep it moving. I was born in 1980. It was back in the day, you could just not agree with a person, and you guys didn't even have to fight about it. You just be like, oh yeah, I love the Thundercats, but I like the Transformers. Oh really? Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go over here. It never turned into, okay, well, you're a Thundercats fan. Now it's time to have you and everybody you know put to death.
Right. But at the same time, back then, though, we had issues of, like, full-on in-your-face racism that was really, really bad, too, though. I mean, I feel like there's a double-edged sword, okay? And I'm not sitting here saying that cancel culture is good. No. I mean, if, there's some moments where I'm like, hell yeah, no, that guy should be reprimanded for that thing. That was not cool. That kind of thing, like, or that just went under the radar, bruh. What, for real? But I feel like it's just going off the rails. I think that train was going down a certain path, and it was doing fairly decent for what it's worth. And now it's created its own monster. And now that it's just like, if somebody goes, like, apparently Jeremy Renner, who plays Hawkeye in Marvel, he is literally, it looks like he's about to get. He looks like he's on the chopping block for cancellation because of something that he did, for something that he allegedly did 10 freaking maybe 15 years ago. And it's kind of like, well, all right, if we're talking about cancellation, why aren't we using the cancellation on, like, these guys that were in this in the insurrection? Kyle Rittenhouse,
exactly.
Any politician that's ever done anything bad, you know what I mean? All the stuff that we have seen countless times. Why aren't we putting the cancel culture train aimed towards the people that actually matter, the people that represent what our country stands for and doesn't stand for? We have a Kyle Rittenhouse kid out here that has done some really stupid ass ish, and he is being praised for what he did. He's being praised so much that kid is free. You know that he committed murder? Like, he is allegedly defending himself for muerte. Okay? Muerte. He killed somebody. And that's a fact. You can't sit here and say that he didn't kill somebody. You feel me? Go ahead, V. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, it's a story that you covered where it was a dude that somebody took a picture of throwing a white power sign out the window of a truck.
Bruh.
And he ended up losing his job, and he was a Mexican dude. You said he was probably flicking a booger off
Flicking a burger. Flicking
You know what I'm saying?
And
that man he needed to lose his job behind that, but this kid gets to run free. Something, we lost it in translation somewhere.
Yeah. It's lost in translations for sure. And that's what's so frustrating about it. Now, I know that people feel some type of way, but yes.
Yeah.
You know, it's understandable. This is what America's all about. You're free to have your own opinions. You're free to think how you want. But I feel like a lot of people are not thinking they're not freely thinking. They're thinking, oh, well, because I'm a MAGA hat. Let's just use MAGA. I'm a MAGA hat wearing Trump supporting dude, and I'm conservative as conservative gets. But then you see something about Kyle Rittenhouse going down, and you automatically go, well, I mean, you know, he was defending himself, and because of this, that, and the third, because the rest of the world is saying, because the right wing, the conservative outlets that I watch, he was defending himself. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't commit murder. Yep. That was self-defense. No, he still literally killed somebody. I don't care how you paint it up, stack up the cards in any which way, shape, or form. There is somebody on this planet that was erased because of the guy who was behind the gun pulling the trigger. Period.
Exactly.
Period.
He did not have to be there. He did not have to be there.
He did not have to be there. But hey, V, I could talk to you for hours, man, but I got to let you go because there's so many other people I want to call.
I really do appreciate it, brother. We'll talk again later,
yeah,
though, man. You take care of yourself, man.
You too, V. I appreciate you, bruh.
Already, brother, man.
Later, man. Peace.
All right, man. One.
Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Allie, and I'm calling from Chicago, Illinois.
Allie from Chicago, Illinois. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So what's on your mind? Speak on it. What are your thoughts?
So I had a quick question.
Shoot.
So he brought up a really, really good question, or a really good response about cancel culture.
Yeah.
I'm African-American, Jewish, and Black, obviously.
Mazel tov.
And so my question is, for Disney especially, do you find that it's very bad that they're canceling people left, right, and center, but there are Disney women out there or young adults who are dressing scandalously clad that have been canceled or fired in the past that they're not really speaking about?
Wait, so you're saying that the women, like, so the Disney kids, right, that are...
Yeah, like the Disney kids.
Okay.
Like Bella Thorne was almost canceled for a bikini from Disney.
Oh, okay, so she was still on her show, the Disney show.
She was still on her show, and she got in trouble for posting a bikini picture because it was too inappropriate.
Oh.
Mind you, this was Bella Thorne back in the day, before Fans Only, so this was not inappropriate.
And before her adult film
like
directorial debut and all that stuff.
Yeah, this was during like Shake It Up.
Oh, when she was still like a child, for crying out loud, with Zendaya.
Yeah.
Zendaya.
So this is my question: is
okay.
Cancel culture can happen, right?
Yes.
But is this a part of their contracts, or is this Disney just picking out of thin air who they want to cancel and what?
You know, that's a very, very good man. That's a good question, bruh. Okay. First off, thank you for the call. Let me say this. I think things are different now than what they were back then. When Bella Thorne was a Disney kid with Zendaya doing their show and everything, I feel like the rules were different back then in comparison to what they are now. I think they're hypersensitive now. I hate to use the word, but I'm going to say it anyway. Hyper woke now in comparison to what they used to be. You know, because like back then, I feel like there was a lot more things that they got away with on TV. Kids got away with as well. I mean, shoot, Lindsay Lohan was, is a Disney kid as well, a product of the Disney machine and all that. And look at her now, man. Which is a whole other conversation.
It's a massive, deep-seated issue because if you think about it, like Justin Timberlake, all those guys were probably thoughting and bopping, and we weren't aware of it. But all the women, like Debbie Ryan, who had a DUI, are all plastered across the tabloids and consequently fired from Disney for doing the everyday, not DUIs is not an everyday thing, but like doing their everyday task.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to, this is a tough one because like I said, I think in the very beginning, or not in the beginning, but like you're talking about Debbie, you said Debbie Ryan, right? She has the Jessie show, right? She was on the show called Jessie.
She was on like Just Jessie or something like that, the redheaded one.
Yeah. Okay. And then she was on that Netflix show. Okay, sorry, I just Googled her really quick, so I just wanted to make sure we had the right person in my mind. Okay, so when it comes to these Disney kids, it's tough because, okay, this is a tough one. Because back in the day, I think, like I said, I think things were different then. Things were a little bit more swept under the rug, and they just kept moving. Also, you got to remember, let's just say Bella Thorne wears a bikini at that particular age, whatever age she was, because I don't know this story. But from my understanding or from my assumption, I feel like Disney would automatically go, okay, we need to sit her down and we need to have this conversation and then get her to go out and make a public announcement or a public apology or something of that sort. You also got to remember, though, too, cancel culture did not exist at that time. Cancel culture is a thing now. If it was then, if cancel culture existed then, I'm going to tell you this. There'd be a lot of people out here on the other side of the fence, angry as hell, if she got canceled for wearing a bikini. Then they would sit there and go, well, wait, she can't express herself? She can't show her body? I don't know how old she was, by the way. So I'm obviously blindly talking about this.
I want to say like 16.
Oh, snap.
She was like under. Yeah, I'm talking about like under. Like these are like little, the little kids.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like Disney Channel before they turned 18. Like these women are like, I'm calling them women because they are dressed like they are women, and then they are being fired for wearing clothes that Disney's not liking.
Yeah. So basically, what I'll say this then. That would definitely have to be a conversation that they sit down and have with her, and then say, "Hey, we need you to make a public announcement because we do have 16-year-old girls that do look up to you. You are on a hit show on our channel, under our production. We need to make sure that you stay somewhat conservative in the way you dress and the way you present yourself out there." I feel like that would happen before she gets quote unquote canceled. Here's the other thing though, too. It's different when it comes to expressing yourself than putting out a tweet saying Holocaust, Nazi Germany is just like being a Republican. I feel like those are two completely different things. I'm not justifying either 100%. One. I'm not justifying either one.
I'm clearly not justifying that.
But
I'm literally speaking like from an HR perspective.
Yes, HR perspective. I feel like she would not be quote unquote canceled. I think that she would be talked to. She would get a very vigorous talking to. You know what I'm saying? And then there would be like, you need to get in front of this as soon as possible. I feel. If it was done now, if that situation happened now, it's okay to express yourself, honey, but you also got to remember you are a teenager, you are underage, you're leaving little to the imagination. Being a 16-year-old girl, we need you to get in front of this and talk about this because we got 16-year-old girls that are looking at you and saying, hey, so then I can wear that same kind of bikini and that's okay. And I think that's what it is. I think that's what it would be. I don't think she would get, but that's the thing. When it comes to sexuality, when it comes to sex, I've noticed that there isn't much of a cancel culture unless it is in a violent fashion, if that makes any sense. If it's assault, harassment, cancel. But if it's oh, this person, like a sex tape. In fact, we've seen it actually catapult some people's careers. Kim Kardashian. But you see what I'm saying? When it comes to sex, it's a different animal, you know? But I feel like it would be like a serious conversation with them, you know, with that.
Exactly.
With her. Somebody need to sit down and talk to her too.
I love your show.
Thank you.
I love watching you. You have to get on one of the YouTube lawyers channels too, because I want to hear them go at it with you and hear kind of your perspective on Nate's a Lawyer, Uncivil Law, Emily D. Baker.
Ooh.
Some of those platforms that cover.
Wait, what show? The what show? Sorry.
There is Uncivil Law.
Uncivil Law. Okay.
Nate the Lawyer and Emily D. Baker. These are 3 lawyers that go into pop culture. They go into politics. And I'd love to see you on their show just to hear your take.
That's what's up. I mean, I need that help because I don't really have any way of connecting with those people. But if you got, you know, if you have a connect, I'm always down for going on to other people's platforms and chopping it up with them or having, you know, friendly debates with them about X, Y, and Z or just having a full-on open conversation. I'm so with that all freaking day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will definitely message.
Please do. And
see
also,
if we can get that.
Are you on our Discord? Are you on my Discord?
I don't do Discord. I'm sorry. I do Clubhouse.
Oh, you do Clubhouse. Okay. Okay. Are you on Twitter?
No, not really, but I can message you.
How about this?
I
Instagram?
have Twitter, but I'll message you privately.
Or Instagram?
Instagram, yeah. So private message you, yeah.
Yeah, hit me up because I would love to know some more of this, some more of the names and stuff. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And see if I can make something like that happen. That's a great idea. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I appreciate you calling.
All right, it was lovely talking with you.
It was great. I enjoyed it too. You have a good one, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Mr. Pascal Show, it's Chrissy CC.
Chrissy CC, what's up, sweetheart? What's on your mind?
I'm good, and hello to the fam in the chat also. Hi, guys. Mr. Pascal Show, you're trying to tell me, you, right, the chat fam, look at Mr. Pascal. You're trying to tell me Brother Pascal goes to the Capitol. I'm sorry, at first sight, as soon as they see that shiny head, Mr. Pascal Show, you won't get in nowhere, not even the lawn, not the barricade, not even nowhere close.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Nowhere close. Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Now you're telling me some guy with some horns, okay, some horns.
Yeah.
It goes to jail, and I was making a point in the chat that, so we're voting how to treat people in jail. We're doing that. But once it goes to the other side, rightfully so, because we saw the insurrection, every eye saw it.
Everybody.
I'm sorry. We request, where that happened? Where? Who? What town? What town? What town? Mr. Pascal, I've never seen a brother like you ever on the news, good, bad, whatever, as request. And then we're giving them that attention. We're giving criminals that attention. We're giving criminals attention.
That's true.
The one that overthrew again. Tried. You tried, but you didn't. Too bad. Okay.
Right.
What in the?
Yeah, you're right.
Seriously, where do they do that at? Because Mr. Pascal Show, when I see you, ain't nowhere. When I see you, I don't see you near Fed buildings. I don't see you driving. You know what I mean in that way. But we are giving coverage to people like this. I'm sorry, George Floyd happened. Right after that, what happened? Oh, it was the drug. It wasn't the... What the hell are you talking about? We're giving people now in 2020, 2021, evidence, video evidence. And we're still trying to figure out what the hell, how, who, what? Because we're holding people accountable. I understand the cancel culture, people going left and right. But like I think I said this last time with the Gina chick from the Mandalorian. Sorry, I don't know her, whatever Mandalorian name. But how are we going to allow people, black, white, it doesn't matter, to constantly dig, disrespect like a Trump, follow after Trump, and not hold them accountable? My kid's watching you. I don't talk like that. And I don't have anybody around me talking like that.
Right.
So why in the heck would I watch a show or interact with society, having other people talk disrespectful. I'm sorry, in my household, I don't do the disrespect stuff. There's a line, and they've crossed it. When you cross it, you're allowing people to just do what they want. It's not freedom of speech. This is freedom of you being able to disrespect another human being.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There is a total difference. Yes, hold people accountable. I'm not trying to say everybody, because some things ain't right. But if you're constantly doing it, it's called a pattern. It literally is called a pattern. And again, you cannot allow anyone to change unless you actually allow them to change. So when somebody does something, whether I cancel them or not, I sit in my little corner, see what they do. If they're learning and changing, great. I gave you that chance to change. But some people don't even give people any inch of room to change. So they always will stay canceled. And I think that's what the confusion here is. Somebody does something, it's up to you if you want to cancel them or not. That's on you. But if they constantly do the same thing, absolutely they're going to get canceled. You're not learning, you're not growing.
That is, you know what? You do have a point right there. And I think that's exactly what happened with Gina Carano. She had many opportunities. Let's just be real. She had many opportunities to go to like straighten her path a little bit, but she kept going down that road because she just kept trying to poke that sleeping bear. Yet that sleeping bear had his eye kind of open.
To be the new Trump. They were trying to do the Trump where he's doing all this disrespect, not disregarding everybody else. Kind of like when he was starting to say the Chinese virus. You don't say the Chinese virus when there's Chinese Americans in your land. You don't say the black virus when there's African American people living in your land. Sure, you can say China virus, sure, right? But then when we're mocking them, we don't have Chinese Americans in our land.
Right.
It's so disrespectful. See, that to me is cancelable because you're disrespecting somebody else. That's my neighbor.
True. And the funny thing
is... Oh, my gosh. Where do we draw the line, Mr. Pascal Show?
Yes. And that's the thing. That's a very good question. Where do we draw the line? Where is the line? The line is gone. The line has been gone. And I think that there's a lot. And I think that the thing is, though, I think that there's other people that are out here that say, hey, you know, this is what I think in regards to like Trump or Marjorie Taylor Greene, Gina Carano, any of these people. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Hold on.
Yeah.
They sit here and they go. People will sit there and go, hey. China virus. When he says China and he says all that stuff, that's mean as hell. That is mean as hell. And somebody will sit there and say, or the mass majority, or a large majority, let's just say, will say, hey, that is mean to say. What does that do? That that inspires him even more. I can't even say the word. That inspires him even more to the point where he starts using it every single time. Then he tries to find other things like the Kung Flu and all this stuff. And he starts to try to say things just to be, polarizing and whatever. But then you got people then you got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, where they just kind of like, you see somebody who is going, oh, you're telling me I can't go, oh, I shouldn't be going this fast? And they put the pedal to the metal. They just floor it.
They do.
And that's exactly what Marjorie Taylor Greene did, and also what Gina Carano did. She got a lot of backlash for putting out the first few things, beep, bop, boop, etc. And then she said, "F it, I'm gonna be me. If they're not gonna let me speak, they're gonna hear me. I don't care." And then she just put the pedal to the metal. She floored it. Next thing you know, girl be canceled.
Mr. Pascal Show, if what you say is crap, nonsense, ain't got time for it, which is the BS, it doesn't mean I got to listen to it. Who says I got to listen to it in the first place? You got to be mean to other people for me to bully absolutely not. I can listen to you. We can have a discussion. Once you cross the line, there is a discussion and there's disrespect.
Right.
A lot of people cannot debate because they don't like Nurse says, people don't know how to listen. You can listen to one way, I can tell you my way, and then we can go have a drink and chill out. Again, we can do the Xbox, we can do the Walking Dead. Let's go. I respect you, you respect me.
That don't exist, though.
What is so hard about that?
That don't exist anymore, CCC.
I don't care how you live, I don't care how you look. What does that have to do with me, my being, my house, my truck, me going to the beach, chilling, having a good time? Absolutely nothing. I don't care about you that way enough for me. And again, I don't have the Facebooks and the Twitters and all that stuff because I don't care about. I literally don't care what you're eating and stuff. I don't care. I'm not one of those people. I live in my lane. I like my little. You know what I mean? I meet you on the street. That's me. I'm so simple. But yeah, people just think I have this crazy life. But I mean, I probably can, probably, sure. But no, I respect everyone. I see you for who you are. I don't care about all the extra. And one more point, Mr. Pascal, sure, you probably have people calling.
Sure.
Really quick, I have this story that really stuck with me. Probably happened, 2 years ago, because COVID was last year.
Oh, okay, speak on it.
My husband is white. I'm black. I told you I'm Trinidadian.
Mm-hmm. Trinidadian. Island girl.
Holla to the Caribbean. So he's white, and he has a cousin. Cousin has 2 girls. Again, I have one son. He's 7. Everybody else has girls but me. I think God knows what he was doing because he knows I go broke. Okay? 'Cause the glitter, the makeup, oh my gosh, the Barbie dolls, the Malibu, it will be me buying for my daughter, but somehow God is blessing everybody else with girls but me. So she has the 2 girls that come over, and this one particular day, I always put on, I love to dance and do all my crazy stuff, so, and I also do dance workout too, but I always have it on. It's usually more African dance / but it has like cultured people in there, so when I dance, they love it, right?
Right.
So one day we were washing our hair and things, and, you know, I think that was probably adding more hair to my hair. And of course they're white, because I was saying my husband's white to the point that these 2 girls are white, of course, and I'm black, of course. So with the hair thing, one of them was really freaking out. So it was just, I said, you know, the girl's name. I said, hey, it's okay. Different hair is okay. And I don't know. She was just like really. It was different for her, which is really weird because she's always have cultured people in her household as well.
Yeah.
So go back to the dance. The younger one, which I thought would be actually her, because usually when I wash my hair, the other one washes it with me. She started talking about the little girl, and then she remembered the hair. Then she's like, "Oh, that's the same hair you're putting on her. Yeah, you should have put it on my sister. Like that's." I'm like, "No, it doesn't matter. Hair is hair. It could be curly, it could be straight." So she's being weird. And then when she looks at the girl on the TV with the same hair, and she has a problem with the hair, I told myself, "Wow, while she is getting ready to tell that black girl about her hair, the black girl's mama and her family is preparing that black girl for people like this little white girl to grow up in the world." So while she's over, oh my gosh, her hair is different. I'm like, well, dang, no wonder that little black girl's mama is preparing that girl for people like the white girl I just told you about that's going all crazy for no reason.
Yeah.
About her hair. And I'm seeing it in front of me of how maybe little kids, like how it processes in their head. And as soon as that happened and she was talking about the girl, I looked at, I said, damn. So mama, that's why my mama did that to me, because then when I went to school, and I'm not saying that it happened because it never did, but of course it happened to somebody else. So we're preparing our black girls for all this, you know, for the looks and, you be proper and whatever, and make sure you have your hair done, like back in the day, right? Because it's not as it was today. She's already saying the yous and the ahs again. She's with me now. Her mom, I don't know what happens in her household. I highly doubt, because her mom is, like I said, she's even married to an Egyptian, so she's very cultured. But to literally hear this from her, and she comes to my house all the time. But to look at the girl and talk about her hair, and this little girl is just being herself.
Right.
While the white girl is preparing to mock her hair, which she did right through the TV and through the weave that she touched. And the black girl is literally preparing her little self to hear that from somebody else. And I saw it in front of me, and I'm like, holy shit, is this really, whoa, it blew my mind, Mr. Pascal Show.
Yeah.
It blew my mind.
Yeah.
It happened right in front of me. What?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, the when it comes to, oh, man.
It broke my heart, too. It broke my heart. I had to have a little sit down, say, hey, it broke my heart, because there she is doing her thing, dancing, be herself, her hair's the way, however it was.
Right.
And here is somebody, again, I have to say the white thing, because she is white. And she said it to the black girl. And the raising up is almost another point. It's just crazy how she's just saying this. But then the mama has to take that extra precaution, say, hey, be prepared, because somebody might say something about your lips, your eyes, the color of your skin, your hair. Well, it's true. I'm seeing the truth in front of me. I'm like, holy cow. Holy cow. Never saw it happen. Never didn't even see it. And it just clicked in my head like, wow. The stuff black people have to teach their kids, kind of like walking down the streets and all this stuff. And, of course, the whole the China virus, like Mr. Trump likes to say, or however you said it, Mr. Pascal, so you have the perfect accent.
China.
They're getting, now the Asian community have to watch themselves now. Now they have to, when they walk in the streets now, how it is somebody's good. Now they're having to talk with their children about this. It's like, it's crazy.
No,
and the last point,
okay.
The last one, Mr. Pascal, I know people are probably calling, and I know I barely give you time to say anything, but
Go ahead.
I want to leave this for the chat and for the fam. The deeper the skin tone, the darker the treatment. The deeper the skin tone, the darker the treatment. I'm saying this because I've had many white people. I live in a very cultured place, and I love culture. So I would never live in all white, all black. It's too much. I love everybody. You have the white people being extra kind to me. And again, I'm not saying I'm a cute girl, but I'm a cute girl. Let's be real, right? So, and the way I carry myself, I'm not I don't know. I love people so, oh my gosh, you're not black, about me. I'm Caribbean, duh, right? Mm-hmm. But I notice them coming to me because maybe it's the demeanor. My kid, he's more, I guess he's like Puerto Rican color. I don't know, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's because hubby's white, I'm black, so they come to me. You can tell they're being extra nice, right? George Floyd, everybody wants to be nice. What I'm trying to tell people is you don't need to come to people like me that looks like me. You need to go to people with the deeper skin tone because that's where the darkest treatment is. And I just want anybody, whoever is white, don't go to the light-skinned brother. You know what I mean? We don't want. I want you to go to those people who you won't approach if you want to actually be nice. Because I know there actually are white people out there trying to be extra nice. Because I've got it all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're nice. Oh my gosh, look at my dog. Oh my gosh, you can skip ahead. It happens so much, and I appreciate those white people who are trying to make me feel great. But I hope they're just making others, the darker, the deeper skin tones, because they're the ones who need it most. Because that's where the darkest treatment is. So that's what I just wanted to end with.
Well, okay.
Oh my God, that was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yes,
there was a lot to unfold there. But
yeah.
One thing is that the fact that we are in this time now that things have to be even more explained to our children even more, and then now that it's also. Yeah, there are Asians that are actually getting assaulted in the streets now.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally single-handedly being singled out now, and there's a lot of assault like that actually happening. That's real. All because
it's real.
All because of how this is all being thrown out to
and because people are
to the general public
talking too much or not being canceled, Mr. Pascal. So that's why we cancel them. So stuff like this don't happen, so that Asian kid can go walk down the street and go buy, to the corner store or whatever he got to go to.
Yeah.
Let's buy some bubble gum and snacks and go home. Why are we? And why should he be scared? We know what it's like. And again, we may not physically be attacked as black people, but we know what it is. We probably hit every genre there is. Why would I want that to happen to them?
That is true.
When you're saying Chinese and China and all this stuff, you're influencing millions of people. This is not just one school. You're influencing the world to do that to them. What makes you think one person is only going to do it? You're talking to millions.
Millions.
What?
Yeah. You got the most powerful platform, the most powerful microphone in the world.
Yes.
Everyone's listening to that microphone.
And the day, Mr. Pascal Show, I see you going up to a Capitol building and ain't nobody stopping you, hustling you down, being like N-word this. Listen, okay? Don't show me no shaman with no horns in his head. When you have brothers like you who will probably I know, we all here will protest in a beautiful way and then have the media portray it as something else. But you're going to have a guy with the horn all the way in escorted by the cops. He was escorted. He even said he was escorted. I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him.
He most definitely was escorted.
Because he was, I believe him. The guy has a gun or a taser or something. You're telling me when he's walking through that exact two doors to open to the Senate or the Congress, I'm sorry, I can't remember which one, Mr. Pascal Show?
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me you couldn't take a dude down, and he was one guy that went through the doors. Of course he was escorted. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I can't. All right, Mr. Pascal Show. I took too much of your time.
Thank you so much.
In the chat again. I love you guys, Mr. D, Mr. Pascal Show. You rock as usual. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. You too. Have a good one, sweetheart.
Bye.
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 There was a lot that was being said there, for sure. There's a lot that, I mean, I can't relate on the side of being like, I can only relate on what it feels like to be a black man in this country, period, and what I have to end up talking to my children, my future sons, what I have to talk to, or like how I have to bring up that conversation. And we've also said this too, like that I've said this on the show as well, that there's a lot of people out here that are going to have that talk. A lot of black men, a lot of black parents, I'm sorry, are going to have that talk with their child, with their black child, about just being black in America and how they have to be prepared and how they have to walk forward in this world, because this world is, as she said, the darker the skin, the darker the darker the, I forgot what she said, the darker the treatment, I guess. And for like, I'm misquoting her, of course, but she was saying something that was very true. And I can't relate to being a black woman, but a black girl has to go through so much, period, because of all the other stuff that is, put out there on the television, what beauty is, because we still, in this world, beauty is still like, it's starting to become a lot more integrated, slowly but surely. But for a good long time, there was it was the blonde hair, blue eyed, white Anglo-Saxon Protestant look, straight hair, such and such, the model, the runway model look, very European features, very European look. And it's slowly but surely starting to change, but it's still ingrained. It's still ingrained in our community. It's still ingrained in all of Western society of what beauty is. And it's tough. I like, for me, it's tough being a black man growing up in this country. I can only imagine how hard it is for a black woman or a little black girl to grow up and sit there and go, oh, well, my hair, my nose, my skin, like hating their own self, hating the beauty that they are, the God's image, the creation that their mom and dad made together to bring this beautiful black child into the world. And for that child to hate the very hair that is on their head is beyond me, and the fact that there has to be a conversation that has to be made between a mother and daughter like that blows my mind. That shouldn't have to be. There shouldn't be a conversation like that. The conversation should only live in the world of, you are beautiful. God created you in his image. I'm sorry for saying that. I mean, I know a lot of us are not God-fearing people, but you know what I'm saying. Your father and I, made you. And what you are is an extension of love, and that is beautiful. But we don't have that, unfortunately, with even with black boys. Even with black boys. And it's sad. It's very, very sad. And it's hopefully, slowly but surely, that is going to start to bleed out, And this whole idea of this bleached out rendition of what beauty is, like what universal beauty is, hopefully we'll get some color. I think it's slowly starting to get that sepia look. You know what I'm saying? It's instead of it being so black and white, it's starting to get a little bit of color, tiny bit. I'm hoping. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping for. But that's a crazy situation, period. But guys, I got to wrap up the show. Man, what a great conversation with all y'all. Okay, so I'm assuming you guys are enjoying the Speak On It segment. If you are, I would love to see the likes go past 100, like right now, before I leave, before I sign off. I would love to see that. If you're enjoying that segment of the show, I promise you I will be doing that on every single show. Like every single show, where I get to hear from you guys and we have conversations. Because, I wanted to experiment and see what happens with this, to see what happens this week on just hearing phone calls from you, hearing your thoughts, having the conversation, and bang, okay, you guys spoke. So that is a new segment that will be on this show from now on every morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. There will be a Speak On It segment every single show for the rest, until you guys stop calling. How's that? Is that fair? Because I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And I know that the show, the family is going to keep growing. We are growing, you know what I'm saying? Which is amazing. We are stuck in this weird 29,000 and 30,000 subscriber mark area has been really slow. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to continue growing it. Like, the show's going to keep going. Saying, like, just because it's slow, like, just because it's not hitting 1,000 subscribers a week don't mean a damn thing, because I still have one of the dopest families in the world, on the planet. One thing I am going to do, and I also got to say this too, because I didn't get a chance because we were doing conversations and everything. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that sent super chats. I'm going to scroll through these really quick and just say thank you to everybody who did. Hold on one second. Otis B, I'll come back and watch from the beginning. Currently, I don't see hate crimes against Asians, just as they didn't see the thousands of hate crimes against us. I see your point there. I definitely see your point. But thank you so much for the $5, Otis B. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. But they're not as prominent, Otis. The hate crimes against Asians right now are not as prominent. I mean, we got plenty of hate crimes for African Americans all day long, for the black people in this country. Clearly, I mean, our stuff surpasses beyond than the assaults that are going on in the streets towards Asians. But still, it's still wrong. Nolly D, thank you so much for the Noli D, thank you so much for the $4 super chat. Appreciate the emoji as well. Thank you. Bowing respectfully. Thank you. Let's see. There was another one, I think. Yes. Millions of Little Fish. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I don't want you guys to think that I'm not seeing these and just being straight up rude. I think I may have missed one, but I'm trying to find it. Thank you, Solo Road, for the $5 super chat. And then, let's see what else. Yeah. I know that there was another one earlier, but I didn't get a chance to call it out. But thank you, everyone, for all the super chats. It really does mean a lot. And you guys have spoken. You guys most definitely have spoken. So I definitely will I will have the Speak On It as a segment on this show from this point on, period, boo. Period. Okay? Also, let me throw this in here so that you guys can have the Discord. Let me make sure I got that. Bang. Let me send it over to yo asses. To all yo asses. This is the Discord, okay? Join our Discord, please. A lot of conversations over there. I got things like my Ask Pascal chat room. I have many chat rooms, video suggestions so that you guys want to see me do a pop-up video and react to a video, so on and so forth, or an article. Doesn't have to only be a video. It can be an article that you want to see me react to. A lot of times I'm able to use those articles into the morning show or the evening show. So please do that, okay? Please most definitely join that Discord. Join that. Join, okay? If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. That would really mean a lot. And of course, if you don't know, I do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Oh, and there's another thing I don't want to forget this, and this is pretty big news, and I'm very excited about it. Real talk. Bang. Here it is, y'all. So, a good friend of mine will be back on the show live and in color. I will be having my good friend Joyce Hawkins, aka Mom Breezy, aka Chris Brown's mom, will be on the show hopefully at the top of next week. So I'm very excited about her coming on and talking about She's got a big event coming up in LA, which it looks like I might be emceeing that, just so you guys know. So I might be out of the show for a couple days, but at the same time, we don't know yet. We're still talking about it. But she will be on the show next week to chop it up and talk about her big event that's coming on, that's going on the 20th of March, which I'm very excited about. So, and if I'm lucky enough, I'll be out there in LA to do a live stream. So I'll have my whole rig with me. You'll be seeing me, but it'll be from there, in LA at her place, which I'm hype about. That should be very fun. But she's gonna be on the show live on the show next week, top of next week, to chop it up about all the things that are going on the 20th. So that's one thing. And yes, Bob, I would love to do a show in LA. For sure. And I let me work that out. Let me see what I can do. You feel me? Let me see what I can do. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lax Pain. I think a lot of us would love to wake up in Chris Brown's body just for one day. Just for one day. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know about you, but that would be fun. You know, I'd go and just dance my ass off all day. I'd go eat a bunch of noodles, right? Whole bunch of pasta so I can, burn all that carbs off and just go dance. Do backflips and dance all day long. You know what I mean? And maybe drop a song or two. But anyway, can I post up one of my videos for you to react to? Yeah, send me the stuff. I mean, send it to me, or put it onto the Noli. Put it up in the video suggestions, and I'll take a look. Like I said, there's a laundry list of things that I'm trying to take. There's a laundry list on the video suggestions, so I'm just trying to tack them down. Take one by one, bit by bit. You know what I'm saying? So please. Oh, V, I see, because I see people, like, I get these alerts on my computer saying, like, people are joining. So please, if you haven't done it yet, one more time, I'm gonna put it in there. Please go join that Discord. You know what I'm saying? Go to Hollywood Walk of Fame and tell your fans to meet you there. That would be kind of dope too. Like, do a fan meet up or something like that. I mean, I don't know how many people would actually show up to like chop it up with my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't Logan Paul. I ain't Jake Paul. What other famous YouTubers are out there? I ain't James Charles. You know what I mean? But I ain't Daystorm or D-Storm Power. But at the same time, that'd be kind of fun. That's not a bad idea. Let me think about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, nothing's confirmed yet. We'll see. Sarah, I promise you, I'll let you know. When it all goes down and when I get out, and if I do end up going out there, I'll let you know, and we can all do a fun little meet and greet type of thing. That'd be fun, actually. Go somewhere, like go meet up and just go grab some sushi and just chop it up. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. That'd be kind of fun. Like meet up somewhere in Malibu or something like that. You know what I mean? Just have some fun. And then maybe do a live show. Not only just a show that I'm hosting and emceeing with, hopefully for Joyce, but maybe do just a pop-up show in her backyard and just chop it up with y'all. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna figure it out because I still gotta have I also gotta figure out a travel rig, because a lot of this stuff is pretty bulky and stationary. You know what I mean? But I ain't saying no to the idea. Let me just say that. I'm going to figure it out. As soon as I know something, I will let you know. I promise you, y'all. I promise y'all that. You know what I mean? Okay? But, yes, I'm going to get going. I got to work on this pop-up video, which should be coming up here fairly soon. So be on the lookout for that. I love everybody. Thank you all for so many of y'all, especially the new people. Not only just the old voices that have called on the show multiple times before, but the new voices that called in. I appreciate it. Welcome to the fam. It's nice to have y'all there. Please, if you haven't done it yet, go check out my merch store the next week. Okay, here's the other thing. One more thing. I will be adding a membership feature onto the page over this weekend. So be on the lookout for that. And if you can, please join that membership so that I can, over the summer, travel a little bit more. My plan is to do a lot more pop-up type things, hopping around the country and being able to like meet people and interview people outside. You know, I was doing that with Roy Jones Jr. and LeVar Ball, but then the COVID spikes just went through the roof. So I'm hoping that this summer is going to be a lot more times to be traveling around and meeting people and having those real conversations, you know what I mean, with more celebrities and whatnot. So I can always use the support from my Pascal Show fam. Like I said, check out the merch. We got some more stuff coming out next week on the merch page. And man, okay, you know, the family's growing. Y'all are incredible. This was an incredible Friday. Don't forget to hit that like button. You haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great and safe weekend. I will be on tomorrow, by the way, at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be doing the same thing as we did last time. It's going to be a fun Speak on It, Ask Pascal hybrid type thing. So if you haven't done it yet, go to the Discord, throw in some questions in the Ask Pascal chat room, and we're going to be chopping it up tomorrow. Okay? Much love to you guys. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.